It smells absolutely unreal. Isn't that impeccable? They're so gorgeous. Just take it straight to the table. Oh my God. Hi, I'm Becca. I'm a food editor with Good Housekeeping. My friend Nicole in the Kitchen Appliances and Technology Lab sent me a few pans that she's been testing for weeks on end, and I'm really excited to see how they pan out. So what we have here are 2 pans from Heston, and then these 2 are from a brand called Great Jones. I know them because they're all over my Instagram feed and really trendy. So they're really gorgeous. I love the mixed metal. I think that's trendy, would look cool in my kitchen. And I really like the weight of these 2. I've never seen a handle like that on any kind of pan. I wonder if it has any use. These are really, ooh. So I expected this to be much heavier than it actually is. This lid is interchangeable between these 2, which is handy. You only need to buy 1 lid. But one of the things that I noticed off the bat is it has this cool like finger hold, which would make it easier for my little weak wrists to lift my pans around. I know that they're in 2 different price ranges. If I had to guess, I would say this one's more expensive just because of the way that it looks and the way that it feels heavier in my hands. So I'm gonna sear a steak in these 2 pans. They feel comparable. And then I'm gonna make shakshuka, which is a tomato sauce with poached eggs in those 2, and see how it goes. And one of the ways, the best way that we make a steak in the test kitchen is we sear the steaks on both sides and then put them into the oven. And Nicole let me know that both of these are oven safe, so we're good to go. That's what I want in a pan. I put in olive oil to coat the bottom of the pan. Our recipe says about 2 tablespoons, but just put enough in for the pan. Seasoning my steaks with salt. I actually controversially don't like pepper because I think it burns. This is a New York strip, a preferred cut of the Good Housekeeping Test Kitchen, and it has this nice piece of fat on the top, but I'm gonna sear that first to render out the fat. These pans have been on the heat for a while, but the handles aren't that hot, which is really great, because it means you're not gonna burn yourself. I'm impressed by that. All right, I'm putting a steak in. That's the seary one, for the most part, I would say. She's not quite ready yet. I think one of the things that I look for when I'm cooking in a pan is that the food, whatever it is easily released. You don't get that in every stainless steel pan, which these are. You get it in most non-stick. Whew. Yeah. That's a good steak. I'm also gonna add 2 whole unpeeled cloves of garlic each to give it a little bit of like garlicky essence in the oil. And I have some nice rosemary. It smells absolutely unreal. These pans are scorching hot, but I'm not burning anything. Ooh, she's nice. I think both pans are browning the meat really nicely. This has been on this side for like 30 seconds, and it looks gorgeous. You're going into the oven for like 3 more minutes. That one I need a towel for now. Because it's been turned a little bit, I think that it's been over the heat, but I'm still super impressed by how cool the handles have stayed. All right. Hey, make sure you subscribe to GH and tell us in the comments down below what pans you use to cook at home. The steak's in the oven, so I'm gonna make shakshuka in these 2 pans. Most of the process is cooking with a lid on, so it's great that both of these pans have lids. And I'm excited to see how they work. So I'm gonna cook on a low flame because I'm starting by sauteing onions, but I'm gonna add some olive oil to coat the bottom. I'm sauteing these with the lid on until the onions are translucent, and I'm adding some salt because I'm going rogue. So I'm a big egg fan. I make scrambled eggs all the time. You wanna make scrambled eggs in a non-stick pan, but these 2 stainless steel are great for shakshuka because of the sauce. You're not gonna get as much stickage, hopefully. You know what's nice about this is that neither pan lid is hot, and I'm thrilled about it. I pointed out when I was just first looking at them that the Heston pans have that little lift for your finger, but I'm noticing that it gets really hot too. Guys, they're still not hot. Isn't that impeccable? So I'm gonna add a handful of peppers. Get these in here, put the lid back on, and then we'll have some stewy peppers and onions. We're at an even place between the two, but I'm noticing that Great Jones is cooking a little bit slower. Chopped garlic is gonna go in. You put it in after so that it doesn't burn. I feel like anybody could get a good meal out of these. I'm gonna cover them again, let the garlic perfume. Then I'm gonna add my tomatoes, which I wore white pants. Dangerous to cook tomatoes. We'll see how it goes. And then we get to add the eggs and then eat. So something that I've noticed just now poking around is that 2 of the eggs still have runny whites, which isn't what I want to eat when I'm eating an egg. But 1 egg is pretty firm like these guys. And I'm wondering if that's because it's closer to the outside. These other 2 eggs have caught up rapidly. So it's time to plate these up and give them a taste. We have a feast. Steaks have come out of the oven, are rested, look gorgeous. The sear is absolutely beautiful. Nothing's burnt. We have 2 beautiful shakshukas. Eggs might be a little bit overcooked, but that's user error. That the sauce is still saucy. There's no burnt action going on. So the pans did their job. They did what they were supposed to. And I am really impressed. You could make a great sauce in there. You have no burnt bits, which would ruin a sauce. I would throw some red wine. That being said, you could make an amazing pan sauce in this one too. I mean, really, you could serve your steaks in these because they're so gorgeous. Just take it straight to the table. For a nice thick steak, that is how I like it cooked. Let me know how you like your steak cooked. Also beautiful. We'll go Heston first. Yeah? Oh my God. And one other thing that I noticed is that neither steak has the kind of gradation into the middle. Like it's medium rare all the way through, which is a function of the pan's even cooking ability. My skill. Also good. They taste the same. I think both pans rocked it. Now I want to see how the shakshuka turned out. One thing that I noticed about Great Jones is that they cooked a little bit slower. I loved that for the steak. For the shakshuka, I prefer the Heston because there are a few more steps to the recipe and I want to get it on the table a little bit faster, and that's just personal preference. So we'll try the Heston first. I just like everybody to see that it's not a nonstick pan, but there is no stickage. Super easy clean. The peppers are really tender, which is a function of the steam from the lid. I think she's also really pretty. There's more sauce going on because of the depth of the pan, which I liked. This pan is not nonstick, and there's nothing on the bottom of that. The peppers aren't as tender, but that is a really lovely addition because of the textural difference. I never knew there was so much to learn about cooking on pans side by side. And I'm really excited to talk to Nicole about what's going on with both brands. I've loved them both, and really I'm interested to find out the prices of both of them. Nicole, how do you test these pans?
So when we're testing the pots and pans, we like to test a few different pieces. So this way, in our reviews, we can explain what each excels at and really give people a well-rounded evaluation. One of the tests that we do is a heat distribution test. So we use the skillets for that. And that's really important because if you're cooking in a pan, you want it to cook evenly. Yeah. And also, does it burn? Because that's really important. How does it clean? That's my biggest peeve. I've talked about this a lot, but I hate cleaning, so I want it to be easy.
Me too.
These handles, they're so pretty, but they're also really functional because it does help keep things cool because of that empty area.
That makes
here.
So much sense.
So Becca, if you could pick, which of these sets do you think you would reach for?
That's a good question, Nicole. I liked them both for different reasons. The Heston I liked for how quickly it cooked and for the things that I was testing and how easy it was to clean. Great Jones, I don't think you can beat how beautiful they are. And they stayed cool to the touch, which, as I said, it was really important to me. Can I have them both?
So there's actually a pretty big price difference between the two sets. So for a 10-piece set for the Heston, there's $1,600.
Oh my God.
And the Great Jones for an 8-piece set, including this oval Dutch oven, it's $395.
That is a huge difference. I do feel like I'm on the Antiques Roadshow.
a good cookware set will last you a lifetime, so it's worth the investment. And that's one of those things that we talk about in the lab is if you're investing in something, cookware would be my choice because it'll last you.